What's good, Grill Gainz fam? I'm going to show you how you can get that same restaurant quality brisket flavor, but at a quarter of the price. I'm talking that poor man's brisket, chuck roast. That's your best friend. I'm going to show you how you can turn that cheap cut into something that people would have thought you spent way more money on. Let's go. Alright, first we're going to start off by making our homemade barbecue dry rub. This is going to be a Texas style dry rub. We're going to start with salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, and lastly, onion powder. I added 2 parts salt and pepper to 1 part paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder. Once we have our seasoning mixed up, we're going to take our 2 beautiful chuck roasts and pat them down with a little avocado oil. And you want to make sure you massage every crevice of this meat. That'll make sure the seasoning really sticks. Next, we're going to throw down that seasoning. Make sure you coat it heavily because this is a thick piece of meat. Once you put the seasoning on top, pat it on there to make sure it sticks. We're going to do this for both roasts, and again, make sure you coat every inch of this chuck. Now these are ready for the smoker. We're going to smoke these low and slow between 225 and 275. I'm smoking in the snow today, so I'm expecting to use a little bit more charcoal. If you're not familiar with a charcoal chimney, this is how I usually start my fire. Put your charcoal in and then put a fire starter under there and light it up, and that's all there is. I have my grill set up for a 2-zone indirect smoke on these chucks. I'm smoking these chucks with oak today. It'll give it a nice smoky flavor without overpowering it. I'm gonna let this go for about an hour and then I'll come give them a look. Using a temperature probe will make this process a lot easier for you. It'll help you see how your cook is progressing. After an hour, here's how we're looking. You see that bark starting to form? To help that bark form, we gotta reintroduce a little bit of moisture. I have a spritz of apple cider vinegar and apple juice. After about another hour, this is what my bark is looking like. It's now fully formed and has that Texas brisket look to it. Now this meat is still very tough, so we're gonna wrap these up to let them finish cooking. Hit them with a little bit more of that spritz. A couple pats of butter, not too much now. And finally, wrap them tightly in foil. You don't want there to be any leaks because we're essentially braising the meat. Now repeat the process for the second chuck. Once these are finished, we're gonna put these back on the grill, still maintaining that low and slow temperature range. I took these all the way up to about 200 degrees and I pulled that temperature probe out and it slid out like butter. Now the last and final step is to let these rest for at least an hour. There are dedicated devices for this, but my cooler has worked fine for me. Now let's see the final result. These came out amazing. No juice goes to waste either. Let's cut into it and see what we have. Look at that. We managed to get a beautiful smoke ring too. And you know the chef gotta try a piece. Smoky, rich, flavorful. That came out better than I thought it would. All right, let's turn this into a meal. We're gonna start with our chuck roast first. Next, I roasted some Brussels sprouts in the oven. These came out great as well. I also have some roasted sweet potato that I mashed up. And finally, what side goes better with barbecue than barbecue baked beans? I finished it off with a few pickled onions on top. There's your plate. Let's dig in. And that's how you do it. Chuck roast smoked low and slow, tastes just like a brisket, but at a quarter of the price. If you learned something, hit that subscribe button. More budget-friendly grilling coming your way. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. High protein, no overthinking. Grill Gainz.